couch.
I wanna know what you're feeling. Tell me what's on your mind.
What's on your mind, whether you believe it, should be, or not? The pregnancy of Republican VP candidate Sarah Palin's teen daughter is all over the airwaves.
And tonight, Palin is the keynote speaker at the Republican convention. The question is, will she even address her personal life in the speech? And joining us now with his thoughts, North Central College professor and CBS 2 Morning News contributor, author Stephen Caliendo.
That's a lot of titles.
Yes.
That's good.
But you deserve them
Thank
all.
you, sir. Thank you.
Welcome. How should she and how do you think she will handle tonight's speech?
Well, I don't know. I can't predict how she'll handle it because I don't know very much about her. But what she needs to do, of course, is give a lot of energy. I mean, last night was popular in the arena because of the substance that was coming out. But really, if Joe Lieberman and Thompson are your big hitters in terms of getting the crowd energized, you got problems. I mean, she's the one that's really going to energize the crowd, and she's got to deliver a really a powerful speech, not just on substance, but a speech that will get people excited about her candidacy as well.
She faces a really tough task here because she needs to appear to be regal and presidential, and yet at the same time enthusiastic and fire up those supporters, the conservative right, people who support her anyway.
Right. She's got to act ready to be president. So we got to see President Palin here, but she also has to act like a regular person because that's one of the reasons why he picked her. Right. She needs to act like she's hard on the far right, which is another reason why he picked her. But she also has to look like she's a maverick and somebody who can appeal to independents because she's a reformer. She has a really tough task ahead of her tonight.
Where her daughter is concerned, she issued that statement. Does she need to say something more public than that to, assuage the way people feel about her?
Yeah, if I was advising her, I would tell her not to even mention it. I wouldn't even bring it up at this point because she's made the statement. Most people, I think, agree that it's sort of out of bounds. There's going to be whispers. There's going to be discussions. I think that the real problem there isn't with the independent voters, but with the people on the far right who she's supposed to appeal to, because these are the folks who have been so critical of teenage pregnancies and so-called liberal culture generally. And so if there's problems with that, that's the folks she needs to address that to. I don't think she needs to bring this up to a broader audience.
We've been talking a lot about the vetting process. Was she vetted appropriately?
They say that she was. I mean, if McCain camp knew about this, they knew it was going to come out, then apparently she was. If this was a surprise, I can't imagine that this would have got through a vetting process. It does seem rather quick. She wasn't on anybody's short list. When we all talked a couple of weeks ago, she wasn't on the list, right? Man, I made the case for Bobby Jindal, and look how he's been handling the hurricane thing down there, right? I still think he would have been the best bet. But, I mean, she was, I don't know how, I mean, unless it was such a good secret that they had been really talking to her and to her people and people that knew her for weeks, then it might have been a quick vet.
Okay, I'm going to put you on the spot here. You're going to have to compare apples and oranges. You were in Denver last week for the Democratic convention, so you saw it not on television, but you were actually there in the city. Now you're watching the Republican convention on television, and the Republican convention was delayed because of the hurricane. But can you make a comparison?
It's difficult because you're right. When you're there, the energy is sort of there. You can feel but also while you're there, you can see all the choreography that goes along. It doesn't seem as spontaneous. On TV, it seems like they all have the signs and they hold them up. But when you're there, you can see they pass them out in between and then say, don't put them up yet, put them up later, right? Not only is it shortened for a day, but Thursday night is the kickoff of the NFL season. And that's when McCain's supposed to give his speech. So they really got to squeeze in time. Tonight is the big night for the Republican convention.
All right, Stephen Caliendo, always good to have you.
Good to see you guys.
Okay, hopefully we'll talk to you next week sometime. All right, very good.